Welcome everybody to episode 5 of Book Read. Now, because episode 4 was really quite hot and steamy, we decided to bring Candi back for another chat about another one of her books. What book are you going to be reading and telling us about today, Candi?
Today we are talking about Doc Stiletto. This is book 10 of our Voodoo Kings MC series, and also just happened to be on the bestseller Amazon list for a little while, and was #1 new release for even longer.
Wow, amazing. Congratulations. Tell us a little bit about it.
Thank you. So, actually my friend is on the cover. One of my friends, model Joe Warden. And so I worked with him and his wife on this story because they're just an amazingly fun couple. And anytime I get to have either both of them or him on the cover, the story is incredibly easy to write because they are like no holds barred. Any question I ask, any funny thing I say, no matter how over the top it is, they will answer me.
Amazing.
So it just makes it for a lot of fun. So I really kind of based these main characters off of the dynamic that I've seen between these two. And I've been fortunate enough to meet them in person, and their son, who is an incredible athlete, Talon Warden. So, this was a really fun write for me, and I thought how cool to do this on the 10th book of the series, and to be able to involve my friends in it in that way.
And bloody amazing that you're on the 10th book of the series.
Yay! I'm actually getting ready to launch the first book of the Voodoo Kings Baton Rouge. So these are all set in New Orleans, and then the Baton Rouge, which is actually the mother chapter, and we're launching their first book in March.
Wow. Okay. Well, hopefully you'll be back to talk about that one as well. That would be bloody lovely.
I would love that.
That would be perfect. Okay. Would you like to read some of Doc Stiletto for us?
I would love to read it, and I'm actually going to start with the prologue versus chapter 1.
Amazing. I'll leave you to it.
Prologue. 2 months ago. Riley. I'm standing in Doc's guest bathroom when I hear the water turn on in his suite. I hesitate all 3 seconds before I pad towards his bedroom, stripping as I go. By the time I reach his bathroom, I'm as naked as the day I was born. I pause at their entryway. A large glass shower has multiple heads. His back is to me. My eyes roam over his broad, muscular chest and down his muscled back. He has a massive tattoo on his back that covers the entire... I'm going to try that line one more time. He has a massive tattoo that covers his entire back. It's the head of a beast in incredible, intricate detail. The beast looks like a cross between a dragon and a lion. Below the head is a brilliant red rose with green leaves. It's a gorgeous piece and ends just above perhaps the sexiest ass I have ever seen. His legs are thick and muscular. Wetness pools between my legs as my eyes devour his backside. Are you going to stand there or come on in? Doc grumbles. His deep voice sends a zing straight to my core. With a smile, I walk the final few feet to open the oversized glass door. After opening it, I step inside. He turns immediately and pulls me into his arms. His lips crash down on mine. His kiss is punishing, which fuels the fire already burning inside me for this man. He irritates the hell out of me, and yet I've been wanting him naked from the moment I laid eyes on him. My hands roam his sculpted body. He grabs my ass with both hands and lifts me off the ground. I wrap my legs around his waist. His cock pokes my ass. I reach for the back and take him in my hand as he continues to devour my mouth. Fuck. He's huge. My hand won't wrap around his girth, and he's long. Doc breaks a kiss. Are you sure about this, Stiletto? Yes, and Stiletto? Hard as steel and sharp as a blade. He reaches between us, and while I ponder his words, all thoughts flee when he tweaks my clit before running a finger through my wetness. My arms are wrapped around his neck and my breast pressed up against his chest. And wet for me. Fuck me, Doc. He shakes his head. Call me Ethan when it's just the two of us. Fuck me, Ethan. Yes, ma'am. I chuckle. I feel him notch the head of his cock to my slick entrance. Doc. I'm fucking blown away. I'm about to be balls deep in Marshal Riley Hayes. Mind fucking blown. My cock's been rock hard since the moment we met, or at least it feels that way. I was about to jerk off in the shower when I felt her enter the bathroom. My cock became impossibly hard when she took her time perusing my backside. The ache in my balls deepened. As the seconds ticked by, I finally had enough of it and invited her in. I notched the head of my cock at her drenched core and slowly pushed inside. I'm not a small guy, rather sizable. Actually, some women can't take me. I kiss her again, in one hand playing with her clit as I work my way inside her. Fuck, you're huge, Riley moans, as I work my thick cock inside her tight velvet folds. I chuckle. We're a little over halfway there, babe. She moans and draws my head back down for a kiss, rocking her hips to slide me in faster. I'm hanging on by a fucking thread because she's had me turned on for days. Finally, I'm fully seated inside her. She fits like her pussy is made for me. Custom crafted, bespoke. That's how well our bodies fit together. Move, damn it. Impatient much, I chuckle. She gives me a wry grin, then bites my neck. I move slowly. Slow strokes at first until I'm satisfied I won't hurt her, and then I increase my speed and lift her up enough to take a nipple into my mouth. I roll the bud with my tongue, then bite down gently. Riley moans, and I increase the pressure on instinct. She moans louder and digs her nails into my back and neck. Name well chosen, I say as she draws blood. I drop her back down to my full length and pound into her. The harder I fuck her, the louder she moans. I never felt this in tune with a woman's body before. I sense her getting close to the edge and pinch her clit while biting her neck. It's enough to send her over the edge, and she screams out, and I feel her walls convulse around me, strangling my cock. I feel my balls tighten, and I'm suddenly coming with her. Chapter 1. Doc. I'm excited Riley will be back in New Orleans tonight. She was assigned here 2 months ago, then got called away on an emergency case. I've seen her once in the 2 months, and we've only had a 4-hour window. We spent most of that fucking. My balls ache at the thought. I haven't looked at another woman since I met her. She's already has me that deep. I want to get to know her more. I have a feeling she's had compartmentalized most of her life, and not just her job. Earth to Doc. Care to join the meeting, Gambit says. Fuck. I'm sitting in church. Sorry, brother. He smirks. Thinking of a certain marshal coming back to town? I flip him off and everyone laughs. How's the clinic? Gambit asks. Good. We actually made a profit this quarter. I already said that, dickhead, Dakota says, and then flips me off before laughing. Yeah, okay, Riley's coming back tomorrow. Told you, fucker. Pay up, Demon says. I see Cobra hand him a 20. Dick, he says to Demon. You're just a sore loser because you went in the hot cop's pants. I growl. I'll break every fucking bone in your body if you so much as lay a finger on her. I see a look of surprise on a few brothers' faces. The newer ones, they weren't with me in the trenches, and I'm not usually violent. I hear Papa chuckle. Just don't say that within her hearing distance. She'll likely be pissed and accuse you of marking your territory. It takes a second, but I remember a fight from our first year when Nay first came to us. Papa wanted her to be his, and only his, and she claimed to the club to be a bunny. It was before we called them dolls. Nay was here already in school and had a full-time job. She needed the club's policy, which is to provide free room and board. The second year of the club, we voted to help any of the girls with college money if they were attending or if they wanted to. Papa put a policy in place so they didn't have to take a second-time full job. That night, we made a similar comment to another brother in front of Nay. I think I should try that sentence again. That night, he'd made a similar comment to another brother in front of Nay, and she went off on him. Told him she wasn't his to piss on and mark. She wouldn't sleep with him for a month after that. 2 years ago, They saved Stormy, Gambit's old lady, and retired from the dolls. We voted to pay 100% of her final years of school. She was earning her nurse practitioner's degree. She lived with us rent-free. Everything was supplied for those 2 years as well. And then Papa finally convinced her to take a chance. Their daughter, McKenna, is a month old. I'll take that to heart. Thanks, brother. Can we get back to the meeting, or y'all have goat ovaries, Gambit says. Chuckles can be heard around the table. He was the first to give up bachelorhood. If a few more of us down the road, we'd be split 50-50, singles and taken. For the next hour, we check in each of the businesses and bat around a few ideas for new businesses. We decide to expand the brewery's distribution and take it nationwide. Boomer and Dakota already have warehouses in mind. For the expansion, we have enough in funds to finance it completely, but we're considering taking on partners to see if our other chapters want to buy in. We'll lose our microbrewery status and gain a craft brewery status. Dismissed, motherfuckers, Gambit says, slamming the skull on the table. I check my watch. I have 20 minutes before I need to head to the clinic. Riley will arrive before my shift ends, but I want to see her afterwards. Unlocking my phone, I sent her a quick text. Want to catch up dinner after? I put my phone back in my pocket and head to my apartment. The clinic is busy, so we're already had 2 gunshot wounds and several stabbings. I've only been here 3 hours. Local gangs mixing it up is my guess. We don't ask questions here at Armist Outreach. The outreach does far more than patch up gangbangers and mobsters alike. We have a free clinic and a top-notch OB ward. A sliding scale for the underinsured, overworked, and underpaid. Last month, an anonymous donation came in, and we're in the process of building an emergency suite with the funds. Wizard and Bug traced the money back to the Bratva. Apparently, Petrov went rogue with the triplets. He'd gone rogue a few times, and the bosses higher up the food chain were unhappy. We saved them a lot of trouble by rounding up and taking out the rogue branch. The Bratva's long arm reached prison bars and safe houses alike, leaving no one to turn state's evidence against the organization. The money is a thank you for cleaning up our mess. Actually, should be cleaning up their mess. Doc, incoming. Nurse Gilio adds. Chapter 2. Riley. What a clusterfuck the last case was. I'm finally back in Crescent City and ready to scratch an itch. I like Doc. If I had time for a relationship, he's the type of guy I'd date. Growly alpha male with a big brain and a bigger dick. I mean, it hangs nearly to his knees. No other man has fucked me so thoroughly or understood my need for some pain with my pleasure. I like it rough, not sadistic rough, although I've enjoyed the occasional light. Flogging and spankings are sexy as fuck, and a few other kinky things. Wetness pools between my thighs thinking about him. Those big hands leaving red marks on my ass. I squeeze my thighs together for relief. If I wasn't mid-air with half a dozen marshals, my hand would be down my pants right now. My job is stressful, and sex is a fantastic stress reliever. I don't like many people, so I fly solo most of the time. Doc was my first hookup in a few years. Did I mention my job is stressful? I pull up the reading app on my phone and dig into the latest thriller I downloaded. The next few hours fly by, both literally and figuratively. Please fasten your seatbelt and prepare for landing, a voice comes over the speaker. Another 5 minutes and we've landed and unloaded, and my phone turns off and it dings with several incoming messages. One of them from Doc. Want to catch a late dinner after shift? What time is shift over? I let myself in the front door of my new apartment. The furniture is covered with white cloths, and the boxes are stacked everywhere. The movers dropped stuff, and I hope they at least put the bed together. I carry my bags to the bedroom and had time to sign the lease, at least, and then I got called away before I could move in. I hired movers to box my stuff and then unloaded in my new place. The bed is still disassembled and laying against one wall, and the mattress and box springs are laying against the same wall, with boxes everywhere. Great. The first night in town, and I'm going to spend it in a hotel. I'm way too tired to deal with this shit. At least I have clean clothes. I dig through boxes and find towels. I'll dig out more stuff later. I have enough to get clean and changed. I turn on the shower and wait for it to heat. As soon as it does, I step under the blessed hot spray. The water pressure is amazing, and I turn the massaging spray on the shower head and let the focused water heat beat the tension out of my neck, shoulders, and back. Remembering Doc's shower, I have a sudden pang of envy. I'd love to have a shower like that. 15 minutes later, I'm showered, shaved, and dressed. I check my phone to see if Doc's replied. He hasn't. Must be a busy day in the clinic. Easy to fix. I'll go to him. Say hi and get a time, and then maybe come back here and tackle some chaos. My car is parked in the garage where I left it 2 months ago. It's one of the reasons why I chose this apartment, because it came with a private garage. 300 square feet, enough for a car and a bike. A smile curves the corners of my mouth as the garage door lifts, revealing my 2023 jet black jailbreak Hellcat with a 6.2-liter supercharged Hemi V8 6-speed manual. With black leather seats, matte black accents on black interior, and a red LED lighting. I need to find the local racetrack that'll let me take her around the track a few times. I love speed. I was bitten by the racing bug as a teenager. My dad would drag me to races every Sunday. A hand closes around my heart at the bittersweet memory. Dad passed away several years ago. The anniversary of his death is coming up soon. It'll be 10 years. I remember it like it was yesterday. He died in a car crash. Some ass tripping out of their mind on some narcotic ran a red light and T-boned him. The only saving grace in the incident is that he died on impact. I wipe the tears from my eyes and get behind the wheel. After buckling my seatbelt, I start the engine. She purrs to life. I close my eyes, breathing in the scent of leather and listening to the rumble of the Hemi. I put the address into the navigation system and pull up a map to the clinic. It's less than 6 miles away, a 15-minute drive in the afternoon traffic. Oh joy. The need for speed eats at me as I slowly make my way to the clinic. I park my baby in the back lot under a light and head inside after enacting the car's security system. The clinic is a 2-story white block with windows. It needs something, or maybe the intent is to blend in. I don't know much about the clinic other than Doc runs it and the club is one of the contributors. I purposely didn't dig deep into it. It's important to the area, and I don't give a fuck if a bunch of felons are funding it and likely sending their goons here to get patched up. The greater good outweighs that. I have no legal obligation to act on my gut instinct and theories. I push through the glass doors and head to the help desk. A young man with shocking pink hair and intense gray eyes looks up from his phone. May I help you? Yeah, I'm here to see Dr. Ethan Moore. Who may I say is calling? So formal. I like it. Stiletto. The young man whose name tag says Lafayette. Eyes go wide. Oh, I like you already. I like you too, Lafayette. Love your hair. You should add some undercolor to yours. I shake my head. Not with my job. What do you do? I'm the U.S. Marshal. I transferred to New Orleans office recently. Come with me, he says, taking my hand and practically dragging me through a set of double doors. Well, I think that'll be it for now.
That was amazing. Where do you get the time to write all these books?
If I don't, they'll just scream at me in my head. So,
really?
Yes, they will. And I stumbled there a couple times, and I should have mentioned this in last episode, but I'm actually dyslexic.
Oh wow!
Not only letters, but also words, which is why I stumbled there a couple times, because the words will actually flip on me. So it takes me a second.
No, it was amazing.
And you have to find a good editor.
All right. But what a bloody achievement then as well. That's super cool. My father was dyslexic and had so many difficulties in every area of his life because of that. So amazing.
Well, I really didn't realize it until a few years ago, really. I started writing books, and I'm like, okay, yeah, really, when I started writing books, because I realized that I was transposing the letters a lot and the words, and then because I have some cognitive issues, like a thought will actually drop off in the middle of a thought, and my mind will pick up another thought.
Wow. Okay.
And like continue on with it. So first, I have an amazing editor, but also Word has this program that will read it back to you.
Okay.
And that's a lifesaver. It's a newer program. It's just it came out last year for my Word anyway. So it's been a lifesaver because it will go in and when it reads it back to me, then obviously I'll catch it.
Yeah.
And I can go in and change it and correct it.
That is amazing.
So those kinds of things are amazing. And although I don't use AI to write my books, I do use it sometimes to put a paragraph in to make sure I haven't transposed anything because of my dyslexia and stuff. So sometimes I'll run a paragraph by it and go, did I do that right? So it's kind of my mini editor, and so the book goes to my editor.
Like you're on your assistant proofreader as you go along, kind of thing.
It is my assistant proofreader. Plus, I am lucky to have not one but 2 alpha readers.
Wow.
So they go through, and one is really good about, and they're actually both good about spotting different things and telling me different things. So one of them happens to be my best friend since 9th grade. So we've been friends for over 40 years.
Sweet.
So we're both 55 now. So
amazing.
It's kind of good. The thing that I love about her is somebody says, well, if she's friends, she's not going to tell you the truth, right? And that's not the truth. She's my friend, so she is going to tell me the truth.
Absolutely.
She'll be nice about it. She won't be brutal about it in any way. But if something sucks or doesn't make sense or is like way out there, she's not afraid to tell me that.
That's what we all need.
And in my opinion, that makes me a better, the writing better.
Well, it sounds like your support
else
network is amazing. From the friends
I do
that
have a really great,
inspire
amazing
the stories.
network.
The friends that inspire
the stories. And I have another time we'll need to do my actually best guy friend, my best non-gay guy friend, which I haven't had since like school, who's another model, Skip Robinson. He's been on 3 of my covers.
Amazing.
So we'll have to do his story sometime because he's just an amazing person, period.
Let's do it. We got shed loads more room on book read, so when you're ready with your next book, let me know and we'll definitely do that. Candi Fox, thank you so much. People at home, just remember you can get all these books from Amazon, and also go and check Candi out on her social media platforms as well. Lovely lady, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Really appreciate your...
Thank you.
And I look forward to hearing another installment from another great read.
And I look forward to seeing all your episodes, not just mine.
Absolutely. You take care, my darling. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.